Oh boy, here we go again.
I heard that, Linda. What's going on?
Oh, I've brought out the old resume again. Time to get it back into circulation.
Hey, I thought you were happy managing that cafe.
I'm fine there. I don't really need to move on, but I know a couple of places that would be a good step up. I thought I'd give them a try. It's just that I hate writing resumes.
Tell me about it. I've been struggling with mine too. But I went to a resume workshop recently and got some good ideas from that. Hey, maybe we can help each other out.
Oh, that'd be great. Here, take a look at my latest.
Okay, let's see. Good. You got your contact information right up front. You've included your email address. And you've got a job objective. Excellent. The reviewer can see you know exactly what you're looking for. In your case, you want to continue in food service, but take your management and marketing skills to a higher level.
Yep.
Wow, Linda, you got a lot in here.
Well, you know me, I've got a lot of experience. I just don't know how to cut it down. I've heard a resume shouldn't be longer than a couple of pages.
That's right. You know what I heard in that workshop? It takes a reviewer only about 10 seconds to decide whether to keep your resume or toss it.
Ooh.
If your key points don't stand out and your resume is over 2 pages, it'll probably end up in the can.
Okay, so what can I cut?
Well, I would only go back 10 to 15 years max. List your employers, positions, and dates by year, like you've done here,
Right.
starting with your current job. In your case, it'll look great because your most recent jobs show how your skills have grown over the years.
Yeah, but those early jobs were so important to my career.
No doubt about it. But here's another thing I learned in the workshop. The person who's hiring you doesn't necessarily care about what you did 25 years ago.
Okay, I guess you're right. I mean, I can cut those out. Besides, I want my resume to position my experience, not my age, as the reason why I'm the best candidate for the position. Now, what about the bullet points under each job?
I think you're off to a good start. These bullet points where you state your key achievements are worth their weight in gold, especially when you put a number on it. For example, here you say how you were able to grow and maintain 50% of the market share with your promotional efforts. This is what the reviewer is going to remember. Results rather than just duties.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't have to put in every single thing that I was responsible for. I should stick to what I achieved. And if I limit it to a few key accomplishments under each job, that'll really get rid of a lot of the clutter. Now, what about your resume? What are you having the most trouble with?
Well, the jobs I'm applying for are all over the map. I think I need a different kind of resume from yours. The chronological resume is a good fit for you because you're staying on the same career track.
Right.
But I've been experimenting with a functional resume. I have to show that I have the skills to do the job, even though I want to shift directions in my career.
Okay, so how does a functional resume work?
Well, here's what I've done so far. Basically, it means I organize it by my key skills instead of by position. Then I list my accomplishments under each skill or function area. The tricky part is that I have some gaps in my history, like when I was taking care of my wife and volunteering.
You know, I really like the way this looks. You've listed key words that the employer will be looking for in the career skills and knowledge section. Financial planning and analysis, auditing, training and development. Okay, but what about your job history? A resume with hardly any dates might raise a red flag.
Good point. After the skills section, I'm adding a brief listing of my recent jobs. What about non-work skills? Do you think I should include them?
Oh, definitely. I think you should list those as long as they relate to the job. Like, that would be a good place to put your experience with nonprofits. It'll help you fill in that job gap. And isn't this what they call transferable skills? Things you can apply to different kinds of jobs?
You're right. That's definitely related to my skills and knowledge of nonprofit agencies. As a volunteer, I really improved their bookkeeping and financial reporting.
And what about other personal information? Like, if I took care of my grandkids for one summer as a divorced grandmother, should I mention that?
No, I wouldn't mention this experience or your marital status. Those things are just not relevant to the job. At the interview, you could bring up how your cafe management skills were tested by caring for and feeding 2 growing grandkids.
Yeah, and my household budget. Okay, what about education? Should I leave that off?
Oh no, your education's critical. Just leave out the date you graduated. At this point in your career, that's not needed. Also, emphasize your training, certifications, and on-the-job learning, especially technical skills. Those are important if you want to move up in management.
Well, hey, thanks for the suggestion. Now, can we just take a look at how my resume looks? Here, what do you think of this font I used?
I tell you what, let's beef up the point size a bit. Usually 11 or 12 is good for readability. For a finishing touch, it's a good idea to note that references are available upon request.
Hey, this is looking pretty good. Oh, okay, I see a mistake. Thank goodness for spell check.
True, but always print a copy and read it carefully a couple times, or have somebody else read it. As good as spell check is, it's not going to catch THERE if you meant THEIR.
Right.
Speaking of which, it's a good idea to save a plain text version too. That makes it easy to paste the whole resume into online job forums.
Looking good. Think I need a cover letter?
Always. And make sure to tailor it to the company and individual you're sending it to. Nothing sends you to the reject pile faster than a misspelled company name or a to whom it may concern.
Wow, David. I had no idea you were becoming such a resume master.
I've certainly learned by making mistakes. I used to blanket employers with one resume, but that didn't get me any interviews. I'm hoping that tailoring my resume to each employer will earn me more interviews.
Well, good luck, and thanks so much for your help. I'm going to take your advice and brush up my resume for the better. For more information about job searching at 50+, visit aarp.org/job tips.